The crisp December air bit at their faces as Mike Williams and his best friend Brian Winchester set out onto the still waters of Lake Seminole. It was supposed to be a perfect morning for duck hunting, but for Mike, the sun wouldn't rise again. Lurking beneath the surface of their friendship was a chilling secret, a betrayal orchestrated by the one person Mike trusted most, his wife Denise. Denise and Brian, entangled in a web of forbidden desire, had plotted a sinister plan. Mike, none the wiser, was about to become another statistic, another victim in a love triangle gone terribly wrong. With the cold-blooded calculation of a seasoned killer, Brian aimed his shotgun, not at the unsuspecting ducks, but at his supposed friend. A deafening blast pierced the morning calm. Panic gripped Brian. The deed was done, but now he had to make it disappear. An accidental drowning, that was the ticket. With chilling efficiency, he pushed Mike's lifeless body into the murky depths. The lake, silent witness to this unspeakable act, closed over Mike, swallowing him whole. This was no accident, this was murder, and the truth, like a stubborn current, would eventually rise to the surface. The motive was as old as time itself: money and lust. Brian, an insurance agent, had cunningly convinced Mike to take out a hefty life insurance policy, a macabre investment that would soon pay dividends. Denise, driven by her affair with Brian and the promise of a life free from Mike, played the grieving widow to perfection. The authorities, initially fooled by the carefully constructed facade, ruled Mike's death an accidental drowning. Brian, a predator disguised as a friend, even participated in the search. He spun tales of a tragic fall, of alligators lurking in the dark water, but behind his sorrowful eyes, a sinister truth festered. He went so far as to plant Mike's hunting gear, a calculated move to solidify the fabricated story. But the truth, like a hound dog on the scent, refused to be thrown off the trail. Whispers of infidelity, of a life insurance policy too convenient to ignore, began to circulate. Cheryl Williams, Mike's mother, refused to believe the lies fed to her. A mother knows her son, and something about the circumstances of Mike's death didn't sit right. Her heart screamed that this was no accident. Armed with an unwavering belief in her son's innocence, Cheryl embarked on a tireless crusade for justice. She became a thorn in the side of the authorities, relentlessly pushing for answers, for a deeper look into the events of that fateful day. Year after year she wrote letters, knocked on doors, and kept Mike's memory alive, refusing to let the case grow cold. Her tenacity was a beacon of hope in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds. She became a voice for the voiceless, a testament to the power of a mother's love. The wicked often stumble on their own wickedness. Years later, Brian's carefully constructed facade began to crumble. His marriage to Denise, poisoned by guilt and paranoia, dissolved into a toxic cocktail of accusations and recriminations. Then came the kidnapping attempt, a desperate act that would ultimately prove his undoing. Brian, facing a slew of charges, struck a deal. He would lead authorities to Mike's body, hidden all these years, in exchange for a reduced sentence. And in a shocking confession that sent shockwaves through the community, he pointed the finger at Denise, revealing her complicity in the heinous crime. The trial was a media frenzy. Denise, once the picture of Southern grace, now stood accused of the ultimate betrayal. Brian's testimony, chilling in its detail, sealed her fate. The jury, left with no reasonable doubt, returned a guilty verdict. Justice, though long delayed, had finally been served. Mike Williams, finally laid to rest, could finally rest in peace, his mother's tireless efforts vindicated. The chilling case of Mike Williams serves as a stark reminder that even in the depths of betrayal, truth has a way of clawing its way to the surface.